Okay, hello everyone. We are back with our next session. Uh, welcome those of you who've joined us now. Welcome to Scholars in Blockchain International Symposium, hosted by the British Blockchain Association. My name is Naseem Naqvi. I am the president and founder of the BBA and the editor-in-chief of our journal. We are very pleased to host this world's first such event. Inviting leading blockchain academics and professors on one platform to share their expert insights and guidance with us. We had some excellent sessions this morning or discussing very wide range of topics and an excellent debate around research, academia, opportunities for future endeavors, and also the role of universities and academics, industry and academia collaboration, and many other things. So each speaker has 5 minutes to talk about themselves, their institution, the research opportunities, and any suggestions and advice they have for future generation of blockchain and crypto researchers. So in this session, we have some excellent speakers from around the globe. The first one is Shlomi Dolev, and I would like to invite him to say a few words. Shlomi, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I think you are on mute. Maybe say a few words.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
you
yeah.
hear me?
Okay. Yes, we can hear you.
Good.
Please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. So I can tell you about the journey that I made in blockchain. It started in 2012, where we had some work on digital arbitration for trusted communication. It was a grant with VeriSign. And what we did there, we just had some contract among two sides, and they have some servers serving as arbitrators among these two sides. So it was some kind of a contract, and if you don't fulfill the requirement, your identity is revealed. It was for anonymity. So it was, just before I heard about blockchain, but already the need for some smart contract exists, and VeriSign really appreciated it and gave me some grant. And also I was active with a game, game science, like we thought about how to have some mechanism that will allow all participants to have some social order among themselves, and gain something, so the entire society will benefit. So we had some work that's called game authority, and this means that you have some rules. You can think about it as the way transactions are checked in blockchain, and the rules must be obeyed. So there is a story there that two persons go in the middle of the night in rainy day, and one of them is rational, and he is just going to sleep on the side of the road. The other one doesn't care and just in the middle of the road. And the last moment, some car sees the one in the middle and go to the side and kill the other one. So you want to make sure that everybody is rational, and you want to be sure that the game rules are respected. So, for instance, for the prisoner dilemma, the prisoner doesn't escape. So this is something that should be part of the transactions and the verifiers to see that all rules that were agreed upon are respected, and everybody is audited to do actions that are rational. Then I also worked and had some courses on blockchain at BGU for several years, and I have several master and PhD students. One of them did a Unix-based blockchain. So in fact, you can have this file system that is shared, to implement blockchain. So you can have for everyone some section in your directory that he can write and you can read, and so you can share some information and decide what is good or not. And this is really implementable and is not so sophisticated. Later, we did some new system called CEBB, and this is a new technology. If you want, you could look at CEBB.com. There is some website for this technology. And it is the holy grail of blockchain because it's a visa speed and post-quantum, both. And the idea there is to use some global coin that is created from secret shares, stream of secret shares, that each of the T of them, T plus one of them, when one is really random, make a global coin that can be used for the consensus mechanism. And in this way, I can speed up and make the solution post-quantum. I use the block itself to finalize some global coins and synchronize. So there is a handshake between the production, the stream production of the coins, the global coins, and the blockchain itself. So the stream helps the blockchain to decide, and the blockchain helps the stream to be finalized every so often. And this way, they both handshake and help each other. So we wrote the system, and we got, the performance of visa speed, not only in transaction per second, but also in time to finality. And we put it inside the engine to other, open source system like Hyperledger Fabric. And we can do it to other systems that are now, we can just install the consensus engine and make it turbo and fast. And it was checked by leading companies like Intel and Tata, and we're very happy with the performance and the proofs and everything. And above that, we did something that's called SODS MPC. So this is a smart contract framework that uses secure multi-party computation to implement unknown contract. So the two sides decide on a contract. The rest does not know, the servers do not know the contract itself, but they still perform it, and you get the result that they agree between the two sides. Moreover, we were able to do some communicationless inference engine, so you can train some DNN or some neural network model, and then distribute among the servers of the blockchain, and have queries to this unit in the blockchain, and get some answers of classification. And this can be done with no communication among the participants. We were able to represent the DNN as polynomial, and in such a way that we can just query each of the participants by itself with no need for them to communicate and get the answer of the classification. So this can be regarded as one of the applications that is a data store. So if you want some other than Google, Facebook, all the big companies sells their data, some middle class companies can also get some money out of this big data that they just represent as DNN and put it on the blockchain to get to give service and get for this fees. And this is very useful. As we see it, we have this SODBC as part of a replacement for certificate authority, and this very promising post-quantum internet, part of very promising internet, future internet that is also doesn't have a single point of failure, which is certificate authority private key. because everything is shared among the distributed system. So this is it. I think I'm on time, right?
Thank you very much. Yes, absolutely, Professor Dolev, you're on time. Thank you. So
Thank you.
next speaker we have is Professor Soulla Louca from University of Nicosia. Soulla, can you hear me? Oh, sorry.
Yes. Hi.
Hello. Hi. Yes, please go
Hi.
ahead.
Yes. Well, first of all, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Soulla Louca. I'm a professor and the head of the Digital Innovation Department at the University of Nicosia. And I'm also one of the directors at the Institute for the Future, an institute, a research center where we are dealing with blockchain technologies. But first, before I begin and briefly tell you what we are doing, I would like to congratulate you for this great initiative, to bring together so many of us from all around the world to present what we are doing within the educational blockchain ecosystem. So thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I have been in the blockchain area since 2014, as I was the first coordinator for a new master's degree that the university launched at the time on blockchain and digital currencies. And it was actually the first one in the world. Currently, I teach decentralized finance, Web3 architectures, and digital assets, blockchain systems architectures. My research focuses on adoption and challenges and issues within the blockchain area. Now I focus on the financial sector, as well as I'm dealing a little bit with Web3 on metaverse, the open metaverse, which of course is based on blockchain technologies, and also how to be using all these different technologies for sustainability. And in my opinion, the way forward within this whole ecosystem is the collaboration between academia, industry, and policymakers, but on an international level. We cannot be dealing locally within a country with all these different issues because we're talking about decentralization. So this is what I believe is the way forward. Now, the area of cryptocurrencies and blockchain in general have been a big part of our work at the university for over a decade, as we consider it to be one of the most important technologies for the last decades. We started our blockchain journey back in 2013 by accepting Bitcoins for the tuition fees for the students. And the following year, we designed and developed the first academic course on blockchain and digital currencies that was offered as a free MOOC. And we are still offering this course twice a year, and more than 140,000 people have actually taken this course. Within the same year, 2014, we launched also our master's degree on digital currencies and blockchain, and developed also an application for blockchain-based certificates. The years, of course, that followed, we became more active within the area, working on research funded both by the European Union and the ecosystem itself, building our community, launching a global conference on DLTs. And also, we launched a couple of research centers and 2 spin-offs. The first spin-off was for the issuing the certificates on the blockchain, and the second one, a more recent one, was on NFT valuations. Our research centers, the first one, the IFF, the Institute for the Future, focuses, as I said already, blockchain digital currencies. And the second one, the Magridakis Open Forecasting Center, focuses on forecasting algorithms, and also they're running forecasting competitions and collaborating with companies such as Google and Meta and all these big companies where they're providing them with the data that they need to analyze and identify what is happening there. We are also members of the Ripple University blockchain research initiative, where the goal again here is to support academic research and the technical development innovation in blockchain. So we have been active as well in that part with them. And we collaborate with the European Blockchain Services, which aims in delivering EU-wide cross-border public services using blockchain technology. In 2020, we launched a new department, the Department of Digital Innovation, which I'm heading. And we're responsible for the two master's degree, the one on blockchain, and a second one that we launched last year, focusing on metaverse. The second degree came as part of the whole evolving process, as we believe again that it is one of the major technological trends that we have nowadays, especially when it comes to open metaverse. And this is also due to our work on blockchain technologies. And this is very much aligned with the whole mission and vision of the university. So this program is part of our Open University Metaverse initiative, which includes several other activities, such as a new MOOC on NFTs that was offered in the fall of 22 with more than 22,000 participants. And that MOOC was offered also on-chain. And I would like to finish by sharing with you an opening that we have for a faculty position within my department. So whoever is interested in this, please feel free to contact me. We require expertise in blockchain, digital assets, and Web3. So thank you very much for this opportunity to present to you briefly what we are doing within the Digital Innovation Department at the University of Nicosia. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Soulla. Thank you very much. Excellent talk. Thank you for all the good work that you've been doing. So next we have Professor Apostolos Kourtis, who is our reviewer also for the Journal of the British Blockchain Association. Very nice guy, writes very comprehensive, thorough, helpful reviews for researchers. So Apostolos, there you go, your 5 minutes.
Thank you, Naseem. And I also want to thank the British Blockchain Association for inviting me in this really impressive global initiative that you organized today. So I'm an associate professor in finance at Norwich Business School at the University of East Anglia in the UK. And I also have the pleasure to collaborate with the previous speaker, Professor Soulla Louca, as I'm also a visiting instructor at the University of Nicosia, where I teach blockchain and decentralized finance. So blockchain is central in all my academic activities, teaching, research, and a series of consulting projects. Today, given the constraint that we have in time, I would like to focus a bit more on the research interests of my team, which involves both academics at UEA at the university as well as PhD students. So our current research interests revolve around blockchain and AI from a financial perspective. And in some of these projects, we focus on the intersection between these technologies and sustainability. In particular, I would like to give a few more details on two exciting initiatives that we're currently involved. And both of them actually showcase how transformative blockchain can be. So the first one is a new exciting project that kicks off in January. It is funded by the European Union as part of the Horizon program. So this focuses on identifying policies and regulations that can support the adoption of emerging technologies such as AI and blockchain. And this is in a way that aligns with human rights, consumer protection, and I would also say democracy. And I'm a big fan of democratizing AI models, and what's the best way to do that? The best way to do that, in my view, is to use blockchain to actually decentralize AI trading in order to improve the integrity and fairness of AI models. So currently we're carrying out research on the intersection of AI and blockchain, and I think especially for new prospective PhD students, this is a very interesting area. Another area that we're currently working on with my team concerns what I would say one of the most important mainstream applications of blockchain in the financial world, and that is what we call digital green bonds. So digital green bonds are like normal bonds, but they have two special features. The first is, of course, that they are green, which means that any proceedings from the bond can only be used for green projects, for projects that benefit the environment. But the second and more relevant feature that they have is that they are digital. This means that they are issued, they are traded, and they're settled using blockchain technology, using technologies such as tokenization. So this is actually gaining ground globally. We've seen governments, we've seen development banks adopting blockchain to issue green bonds. And I think this is essential, I would say, because there's a lot of research currently that shows that traditional green finance markets are very inefficient when it comes to promoting sustainability. Blockchain actually provides a way to make this market more accessible to anyone, even to smaller investors. And at the same time, we can validate that green funds are indeed used for green initiatives instead of, let's say, greenwashing, which is a big concern in the markets. So overall, if you have similar research interest, if you're interested in carrying out a PhD in this area, please get in touch, and I'm more than happy to explore any opportunities to collaborate further. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Apostolos. Excellent talk. I was making some notes. Blockchain will democratize AI. Fantastic. Absolutely. Indeed. Completely agree. So next we have Professor Gabriel Kabanda. And then we will have Mariam Akbar from Pakistan, and then Professor Perez from Mexico. So that's the order. So can you hear me, Gabriel?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. It's a great pleasure to be talking to you concerning blockchain technology. I just want to start by introducing myself, that I am a distinguished full professor of computer science, AI, machine learning, and blockchain technology. And so I have a wealth of experience related to that. And I'm currently the head of doctoral programs at the University of KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. But I've also taught a number of courses, programs, master's and PhD levels in the area to do the blockchain technology, cybersecurity, machine learning, AI. That whole field is basically an area that I have worked on and looked at in the past. But what is quite fascinating, perhaps, is maybe I would talk about the university briefly. That the University of KwaZulu-Natal is based in Durban, and we focus as a university on a number of programs, a number of areas. And the area that we are passionate about is in the advancing of technology in different spaces, because the idea here is to become the premier university of scholarship in Africa. So it's one of the universities that is well known and one of the best in Africa, among the best in terms of ranking and many other things. But the focus generally on the university is that is so much about innovative research and making the university academically excellent. So there are some multidisciplinary programs and activities, not only in terms of blockchain technology, but those who are researching on blockchain are getting involved in interdisciplinary studies and work that is relevant to the purpose and focus of the area. So this leads me then to check the next step to talk about some of the issues that we are looking at in terms of research and areas that I've been looking at. I drive research in blockchain technology and also supervise students in this area together with other related areas. And one of the areas that have been that we've worked on that I've pioneered a lot more is in the development of blockchain technology models for use in improving Ethereum cybersecurity. There's an increasing appetite in South Africa of making use of blockchain technology in the financial services sector. And in the fintech industry, there is also a great appetite for people who want to know how they can provide fintech services or financial technology services, of which blockchain technology is at the center piece of coming up and helping people to come up with innovative business models. So the research that I conduct and that I lead has a lot of relevance at the national level and also continental level. And so where we look at blockchain technology being used to solve and enrich the financial organizations, expediting delivery in terms of payments and increasing transparency in the number of areas in terms of contracts and so on. So there are a lot of startups, fintech startups in South Africa that we are also helping that wants to understand blockchain technology. So this research that I do with my team at the university helps to look at even ordinary people on the ground who want to establish financial or fintech startups where blockchain technology becomes one of the key models they want to understand. So we have to look at simplifying it and helping them to look at a number of things that are there. But the research that I drive, or the research that we're doing at the university, goes beyond just simplifying it for the purposes of ordinary people, but it goes further to look at how we can also evaluate the impact of blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies in the nation and also in the continent. So there are 4 areas of focus. The first one is assessing the impact of blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies to the infrastructure that we have in the financial services sector in Africa, and most importantly in South Africa. And we are also looking at research that looks at investigating the relationship between blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies, because I think a lot of people are not quite sure. And this is why some of the researches that I'm conducting in particular is trying to unpack the interrelationship so as to encourage people also to see how they can trade and understand the use of cryptocurrencies. The financial services sector, including the Reserve Bank of South Africa, is particularly interested in understanding and ensuring that the regulatory framework is much clearer with regards to blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies. So the other piece of research that I also do goes further to be looking at exploring the use of deep reinforcement learning methods and how they can also assist in improving cryptocurrencies. I've taught and I've been a professor of machine learning for quite some time internationally. And so this is one area that you find people are looking at. So as I just finish off what I'm sharing with you, is that the focus of the research that I drive, and more so from this angle, is a lot more on Ethereum cybersecurity, and also looking at how we can unpack and link blockchain technology to cryptocurrencies to a level that can easily be understood by ordinary people, and also to influence policy in South Africa and the rest of the world. There are case studies, researches that I've done in neighboring countries like Zimbabwe and so on, And in one of the projects I did in Zimbabwe, is a project that I looked at on how to use blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies as a model of cybersecurity, Ethereum. And that approach was taken very positively to the extent that the policymakers have started now looking at also a national policy on blockchain technology and cryptocurrency in Zimbabwe because of that kind of research. And so this is what is also filtering through. But otherwise, really, on the academic side, there's a lot going on. Our students are fascinated about it. The people are looking, particularly students, the doctoral students and master students who are researching are focusing on blockchain scalability. They are looking at decentralized finance issues that come from that area, and also the interoperability that comes across blockchains. These are some of the areas that are looking at. I've got some students that are researching on blockchain in supply chain management. And so these are some of the areas we are helping so that, as you look at the future, we'll be looking at more future research work on green blockchain technologies and further to look at also the issues to do with cryptocurrencies, privacy and anonymity, among other things that we are looking at. So this is basically what we are doing. That's what I'm doing, and I continue to research in that area. But I want to thank you in particular for inviting me and giving an opportunity to be looking at blockchain technology, sharing many things, and also I assure you that the university here at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, through the research group that I lead, we are also on the forefront of making blockchain technology more of a national issue and encouraging the fintech operators and startups whom we are working with and training to be aware of the various things that they are doing. Okay.
Thank you very much, Gabriel. Thank you. Excellent. Congratulations for all the excellent work and initiatives that you've been doing in your region, and the green blockchain initiatives and the other things that you mentioned.
Okay.
Next, we have Professor Akbar, Mariam Akbar from Pakistan. Mariam, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, please go ahead.
Good evening to esteemed colleagues. It is an honor to be here on this global platform of Blockchain International Symposium. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Professor Naseem for the opportunity to sharing insights on the evolving landscape of blockchain technology. I am an associate professor at Comsets University, Islamabad. My research spans several intersecting emerging domains, including underwater wireless sensor networks, energy management, blockchain, IoT, and machine learning. This multidisciplinary background allows me to examine blockchain from both technical and societal perspective. Comsets University, Islamabad, established in 1998, is recognized for its academic excellence and contribution to technological innovation. As a premier institution, not only in Pakistan, but globally, we are committed to advancing knowledge, particularly in blockchain and other emerging technologies. Now, I would like to share some of the exciting blockchain projects our department is working on. First is B5G-enabled malicious node detection for the Internet of Sensor Things, where we are developing a blockchain-based model that integrates beyond fifth-generation technologies to identify and eliminate malicious node in Internet of Sensor Things. By integrating blockchain, the network can ensure a higher level of trust and traceability, make it more resilient against attacks. Malicious nodes can be identified and isolated quickly, reducing the potential damage. Then there is another one, blockchain for Internet of Underwater Things. As underwater sensor networks becoming vital for environment monitoring, our team is working on a blockchain-based authentication and malicious node detection mechanism to secure Internet of Underwater Things. Integrating blockchain into IoT network creates a more secure, reliable system for environmental monitoring by improving authentication, ensuring data integrity, and detecting malicious nodes, all of which are especially critical in unattended underwater settings. Blockchain in routing protocol is another initiative where we are addressing the problem of single point of failure in routing protocols by integrating blockchain-based cluster heads and secure hashing mechanism. This system has been tested against cyber attacks such as denial of service and man-in-the-middle attacks. Then there is another project which is for vehicular-to-vehicular communication. We are developing 3-layer blockchain system for secure vehicular-to-vehicular communication. Data is stored using the IPFS, reducing cost while ensuring data availability and privacy. And the last but not the least, in decentralized energy trading model, we are working on a blockchain-based decentralized energy trading model with mechanism to optimize trading and ensure fairness in the market. This project highlights the transformative potential of blockchain to revolutionize the area ranging from sensor network to energy trading. We are on the cutting edge of this exciting research, and I would like to invite you to be part of it. If you are considering pursuing PhD or MS in blockchain or crypto, now is the perfect time to get involved. Blockchain technology is rapidly reshaping the world, impacting the fields such as finance, supply chain management, and beyond. The opportunities for innovation are vast. As quantum computing progresses, current encryption standards may become vulnerable. Developing quantum-resistant blockchain solutions specifically for IoT and IoUT networks would ensure that these systems remain secure in long term. For this purpose, explore post-quantum cryptography algorithms to secure blockchain ledgers and communication channels in IoT and IoUT environments. This could include lattice-based, hash-based, and multivariate polynomial crypto system. At ComStats University, Islamabad, we offer strong mentorship and interdisciplinary research opportunities that combine blockchain with the fields like AI and cybersecurity. Our collaborative environment fosters groundbreaking ideas and helps students thrive in this rapidly evolving digital landscape. I encourage you to join us on this exciting journey into the future of blockchain, where the possibilities for innovation are boundless. Thank you once again. And I appreciate heartfelt appreciation to you, Dr. Naseem, and BBA for this opportunity to contact and collaborate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mariam. That was excellent talk. So much learning. Again, some really exciting concepts you mentioned. Blockchain for Internet of Underwater Things, really exciting. Vehicle-to-vehicle communication, decentralized energy trading, and also interdisciplinary blockchain research opportunities that your institution is offering. So amazing, well done. Keep up good work. So last speaker, I believe we have for this session is Professor Roceo Perez from Mexico. Roceo, can you hear me? Oh yeah, there you are.
Yes, yes,
Thank
I
you.
can hear you.
Welcome. Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation, and thank you for everyone for the very interesting talks and to see all the marvelous and different work that everyone is doing. Thank you for doing that. I think it's very nice to hear that. Well, I'm come from Mexico. I work in the National Autonomous University of Mexico, the biggest public university here in Mexico, in Mexico City, particularly in the Faculty of Engineering, and I'm teaching in the computer engineering bachelor degree and also in the master and the PhD in computer engineering and computer science. I have been working in blockchain for about 7 years, a difference that many of the other speakers that I hear that have been working in this for a very long time. I have been interested on the particular challenges in privacy and anonymity by solving them using cryptography, which is my main background. I'm a computer scientist. I have a PhD. I have been working in cryptography for quite some time. And that's why it dragged my attention a few years ago, because of the very, very interesting challenges that currently, and I think some of them are still present in blockchain. Because of that, I have been involved in different projects. Maybe the most important one was with Algorand, with the Centers of Excellence that they created a few years ago. And I met a lot of people from different parts of the world that were working in cryptography with blockchain. Because of that project, we were able to get a pretty decent amount of money to bring to our students, to offer them scholarships to go to different schools in Europe, in Asia, in US, to learn more about blockchain. And as part of this project also, we develop a lot of material and courses at different levels. So courses that are only about what are the basis of blockchain directed to all the public, a course more for bachelor degree, mid-year, last year students to understand and do more programming and understanding architecture, how to program smart contracts in different types of technologies, and finally one course for the postgrad where we get deep into cryptography, but also consensus protocols, from where some of the students that I have working currently still working on issues related to that. And the particular thing what happened and we have been dealing with is that this material was created in Spanish. And the reason is that here in this country it has been very difficult to position blockchain as a technology that can help other areas that are not only financial or related with cryptocurrency. So one of the things that we observed is that there were very little material in Spanish. So we created some of it with some of our colleagues in Argentina mainly, that are also very productive and interested in working in and developing solutions on blockchain. And from there, I think in the last years, we have seen a more open-minded people coming into this and willing to explore that. And why do I say that? Because one of our goals, we have a blockchain lab at my department, at my university. And one of our goals is to help the students to develop solutions that can help the social problems that we have. So for example, transparency on the government, to put it in blockchain that everyone can see it, improve the times and reduce the bureaucracy in many of the processes that are done by the government that are already open, that they don't require a lot of special treatment of the data. And if we put it in blockchain, it will be easier, going through different problems that we think we can solve with that. And finalizing with our university, in which we have been in the last years trying to develop a system in which the diplomas or certificates for the students are on the blockchain, and it reduces a lot of the times, the cost, and it's way easier for everyone just to have access to them and validate if there are real documents. That's mostly what we have been trying to do, and most of the work on these years has been diversify the information that the people have about blockchain and to show them how actually can solve real problems. In the more research part, currently I'm working a lot in anonymity and privacy. So we are, with my team and my students, we're very interested in to find optimal ways to make the information on the blockchain, certain information on the blockchain private. So we have been exploring different types of cryptographic techniques, going from zero knowledge proofs to the new different types of encryption, like role-based encryption, attribute-based encryption, homomorphic encryption, to include them on blockchain and see if in that way we can have distinct rules to certain type of information that will be public and transparent, and other that not necessary, in order to be able to create way more applications in which not only open and transparent information will be there. In this process, we have been collaborating with different blockchains in the market. They're very interested in the Mexican market. So the first one was Algorand, but also Solana Academy, Cardano, some layer 2 also like Metapool, Cordao. And the interesting thing and interaction with them is that helping us a lot with resources for students to go to courses. Last year, 3 of my students went to Zurich with Professor Claudio Tesone, that I think was going to be here. I don't know if it was before or after me. In a very interesting course that he has in summer for a month, and we got support from him, from the University of Zurich, but also from Metapool for the students to go there. And with Cordao, they just donate a node, basically the server, for start making testings in our lab and start giving the students more hands-on approach. So that's basically what we have been doing. I'm really, really grateful for being here and listening to everyone, because I think everyone will contribute to when I say that at least locally, this is our challenge now, that people could see all the things that we can do with blockchains from a practical point of view, but also a research and the theoretical point of view. Thank you, Naseem, for the invitation.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Excellent talk, and I think you're doing some amazing work in Mexico at your university with so many things you mentioned around transparency of government processes and reducing bureaucracy. You mentioned, and your university is offering kind of from basics of blockchain to advanced area of research. I suppose there was one question which I think this is to everybody in this session. You're from Mexico. We have Soulla from Cyprus, Mariam from Pakistan, Apostolos from UK, Shlomi from Israel. Are there any kind of challenges, when you talk to policymakers about public applications of blockchain for public services, blockchain for audits, blockchain for public transparencies? Are there any challenges that we face around deployment of blockchain? Anybody? Yeah, Apostolos, yes.
Hi, Naseem. I'll give a brief answer based on my experience. So I face two challenges. The first is the challenge of complexity. So my view is that the technology itself is not complex, but unfortunately, there is a lack of understanding of even the main features of the technology. There is also a fear and aversion to put the effort to understand. And I think it is also for us, for people working in this area, to blame to some extent. We need to work more on making this technology more accessible to everyone. And the second, which I think it's even more important than the technological barriers, the technological complexities, is the reputational risk. So because of some scandals in some cases of fraud, so these are quite popular. I don't need to mention them again. So every case for adopting blockchain technology, maybe this was more common in the past, but there was some kind of reputational risk, reputational concerns involved. So if I use blockchain technology, will I be associated with this type of, let's say, activities from the past? But I think given that we see more and more mainstream adoption of this technology, we're getting there. But there is still work to be done for us to communicate all the advantages, all the transformative potential of this technology.
Thank you very much. Yes, any last comment from Roceo on educating, informing, guiding policymakers?
If I may, I agree a lot with Apostolos. There is a lot of misinformation, because what the standard citizens will see is all this news about terrible things happening with Bitcoin or money in any other blockchain. And something that I personally have facing is when I mention blockchain, everyone will say, no, it's a lot of energy consumption, which we know there is only one particular case and not necessarily in others. And also, and not really understanding what are the requirements and non-functional requirements that using blockchains can give you, and start mixing it with other requirements that other technologies will give you. So yeah, no, I think developing a system is complicated, mostly when people don't understand exactly what they want. But then if you mix or want to put a technology that no one knows how actually works, it makes it really, really hard. And you end up in not doing anything, right? And keeping the things in the same way that has been always in the past. So yeah, I really think that just like in the news, we hear a lot about terrible things that are happening. I'm not going to mention it because it will be creating even more misinformation about that. It's also doing like what you are trying to, all of us are trying to do here, and mention, okay, there is also this very nice application of, there is very interesting the apps in all the different options that you have that are actually helping society and implementing very nice requirements that in the past were possible or they are not possible with the other technologies. And there's that is not in the news. So if you sit down with someone in the government, they don't know about it. You need to explain them, you need to show them, they need to see it with their own eyes what's happening. And I would like to add another one that is happening particularly in my country, and I think it's not the case, for example, in Europe and in UK. We don't have any legislation supporting the use of blockchain or AI or fintech. So that increases a lot the risk for many investors, people, and also the government. So they need to find a way to do something to manage that risk. And it is not the state who is providing that. That's particular case here.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Roceo. Thank you, Apostolos, Mariam, and everybody. Excellent. Good things about blockchain are not in the news. That's a good quote. And one of the jobs of academics is to address fear of innovation among policymakers. That's another good one. So I'm making a note of that. So thank you very much. So we'll see you. We've only got 1 minute, and we'll see you again in the next session. Thank you.